So GPT-5 and the unified model, the goal or the dream behind it is to actually make it easier. So it doesn't need to be explained to people. I think one day when we're using AI, it will be like that. I grew up using DOS and having to make early versions of Windows work and get into the guts of computers. I've built my own computers. That is no longer the case with people who just use iPads. iPads and other newer computers they're a lot more clean, a lot more pristine. You don't need to learn how to use the command line or the terminal. You're certainly not installing dependencies or drivers. It's a level of abstraction that removes us from having to deal with that kind of stuff on a daily basis. So we're always moving to higher levels of abstraction, which takes us away from having to get into the guts of a program or physically the computer. I think that will happen with AI as well. The things we've been doing now, messing around with APIs, selecting models, even prompting to a certain extent, it will become smoother, more frictionless. It will be taken away from us as the models become more sophisticated and the user experience and user interface simplifies. So eventually, we might not be typing. Typing is still pretty old fashioned. Been doing that for 100 plus years, probably. So I think we will see something similar. So we'll look back at these days and be like, remember when you had to select a model? That was so old fashioned because we'll have AIs sophisticated enough to know how to our query in a way that the current model is not doing very well, and that's causing a lot of consternation. We'll also get to a point where the models are powerful enough and the context windows are large enough where things like compute won't matter as much. We're already reaching a point where these models are smart enough for most tasks. So what's going to happen now is the models get more and more efficient. This level of intelligence that we have right now will become cheaper. We see this every time new models come out. The previous models get cheaper. So 10 years from now, something like GPT-5 will cost $0.01 per query to run it because the energy usage and transport costs for it will be so low. So I think we will get to a point where we don't need to worry about what we're worrying about right now. It will be just done for us, which I think is a shame. If you are a power user and want to have control of what model it is, you want to mess around with different models, etc., that will probably become taken away from us. That's already what's happening with the unified model in GPT-5. We're going to become iPad babies, basically. No more command terminals, which I'll be fine with.